Whether you decide to purchase a house in the country or a swanky downtown loft, your home will likely be the biggest investment that you will make. But before the keys are handed to you, there is a lot of research and paperwork to do, and that includes securing the financing for your new home. Here to tell us more about how a mortgage broker can help you find the best loan terms and rates out there is Jack Cameron with Premier Mortgage Center here in Halifax. Jack, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
So talk to me a little bit about what a mortgage broker can do for listeners.
Yeah, well, the mortgage broker role is actually, it's become a bigger identity in the marketplace now, because what's happening is that some of the folks is, when they come to us, is that we have a lot more lender choices. So we sit down and do a customized mortgage plan with the clients first and foremost and understand their budget. So we get that in front of them and understand, okay, here's the budget of owning a home. But more importantly, we have access to all these lenders. And with that becomes rates. So we have a lot of rate choices that we can work with the clients with.
So when it comes to regular Joe Blow average homeowner, most of us, I would think, walk into the bank, have a little conversation with our account manager and figure out what the rate is. So the advantage of using a mortgage broker is that you have access to more banks. Is that right?
Yeah, so we would have up to 40 different lenders. I work with probably my best 7 lenders. Part of it is that we're offering discounted rates, so at no fees. And that's the other important thing, is that we do one mortgage application. We only inquire on their credit report once. That's also key. But we have preferred mortgage pricing that are generally most times cheaper than the branches or any of the banks.
So it does make complete sense. It doesn't cost anything to use a mortgage broker. And if nothing else, you are able to shop their credit file around to up to 40 different lenders to see what rates and terms are going to be best suited for their particular mortgage needs.
Yeah, I really try to match what the client's needs are as opposed to the banks, the reverse scenario. So basically, I'm sitting with the client, talking to them, what do they need and want in a mortgage, and matching that to the best product, the best rate, and really giving them the expert advice that they need.
Well, what are some of the new programs that you have for 2016 when it comes to mortgages? Like, what is a great rate this time of year?
This time of year, right now, a lot of people are looking at fixed rates. They're still at an all-time low, certainly under 3% at this point in the marketplace. Variable rate is still a low as well. So right now, it's some of the products that we're looking at are between a 4 and 5 year fixed rate. There are also some great rates on a home line of credit, so a secure line of credit, some rates that are great for clients on that. But as far as new products that are out there, I mean, we're still talking about the no down payment option. That still exists today here in the local market.
No down payment?
Yes.
I actually thought that was gone.
Most think that, but we've been very lucky here in Atlantic Canada. We've got that in place here with one of the or 2 of the local credit unions that are participating in that. So basically, we're providing the down payment for the client, still giving them a great rate, and it allows them to get into mortgage financing sooner.
So really, you can be a homeowner right now, have nothing saved to purchase this house, and you can still qualify for zero down mortgage.
Yeah, so how that product works, it's very simple. The bank's setting up a loan or a line of credit at the branch level and making sure that they qualify for that. And then that money is used for the down payment for the new purchase. So we're really diligent about our process, so they qualify for both, but they still get client best rate. They're getting home ownership sooner than later.
For those of you that are just tuning in, we are speaking with Jack Cameron today, and Jack is a mortgage broker with Premier Mortgage Center here in Halifax. Jack, I wanted to ask you about a program that I know a lot of my first-time buyers ask me about, and that is the Purchase Plus option. So what is that program all about, and how can it benefit people that are buying houses this year?
That's a great product. We did a lot of that last year, and it's still a hot topic this year where we get in. So client goes in and looks at a home, really likes it, and things are not up to par in terms of cosmetic, or they want to change some flooring. Well, the benefit now is, we can get some quotes and cost estimates. We build that right into the mortgage product, and basically when the work is done, the money is advanced back to the client. That's the key thing. Get the work done up front, whether it's on credit terms or get the contractor to get it done for you. And we will actually advance the money when it's fully completed, but they get all their improvements up front. It's a great product.
So you can move into a property, maybe you need to have a new kitchen or some new flooring, and you can have all of those renovations done, move in, and enjoy having this brand new house basically from day one.
Day one, paint, flooring, bathroom upgrades. We can literally go up to, most times, up to 10% of the purchase price. So that's the key thing. But we'll work with the client to make sure they understand how that process works and how it's going to work on the back end in terms of getting their funds released and all that. But they typically have about 90 days to get all the work done. So there is a timeline to it, but it's a great, great product.
So Jack, for our listeners that are thinking about buying a home this year, what are some of the pieces of information that you are going to be asking for when qualifying them for these great mortgages?
Yeah, so we start at the income level. So have a look at what they're bringing in net income per month and making sure that that works with their overall budget in terms of their current cash flow, what they're paying out now, and what their new mortgage payment is going to look like. So we start at that. So we really dive into the income. The next piece to that is understanding the down payment. Where is that coming from? Is it from savings, tax-free savings, RRSPs, or is it a family gift? And we really dive into those two main pieces because that's essential to making the pre-approval process in place, understanding their income and understanding the down payment. And the rest is just kind of waiting for, the other key thing we talk about is closing costs and where does that fall in.
So what are some of the typical closing costs that you would see in a property?
Yeah, closing costs would range, I would say, anywhere from 1% to 3% of the deal. It certainly depends on where they're buying, but certainly the legal fees in there. We got D transfer tax here in Nova Scotia. The other part to that is there's some tax adjustment, oil adjustment, things like that. So I really, when I'm working with the client, we're talking about the down payment and the closing costs, so they have a full understanding that these are the costs associated with buying a home, so there's no surprises.
And I think that would be very reassuring, especially for people that haven't been through the process ever, so first-time home buyers. But even typically, I don't know too many people that buy more than, say, 7 or 8 properties in a lifetime. So every time they go to purchase a home, there is probably going to be some pieces of the puzzle that they have forgotten about.
Yeah, no doubt. The other thing is that people have acquired debt, whether it's student loan debt, maybe they need an additional car or there's a new family member. So we constantly look at that as a cash flow thing and what's their future budget today, what are their future needs as well, and account for that if they need a second car or what have you, and making sure that it all works into the financial budget, if you will.
Well, Jack, thank you so much for being here today. For listeners that would like to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
Give me a call at 223-5225 or visit me at the website at wayhome.ca.
Thank you so much, Jack.
Thank you.